A trusted person is sneaking into your house at night, leaving clues that only heaven can reveal. Archangel Michael says, there is something that heaven has been urgently trying to show you. The signs have been building for weeks, but you have brushed them off as coincidences. Tonight, everything changes, because I am about to reveal the truth that will make your heart race and your soul tremble. Every night, when silence falls and the world outside your windows seems calm, someone you know, someone you have trusted, has been slipping past the boundaries of safety you thought you had. This person moves like a shadow, leaving behind subtle traces that escape human detection. Only heaven's light can reveal these clues. And only through divine intervention will you understand what is truly happening. This is not meant to scare you but to awaken you. For too long, your spirit has been lulled into believing that danger always comes from strangers. The truth is far more shocking. Betrayal is crawling from within your circle, creeping into your sanctuary under the cover of night. I have seen every moment of this silent intrusion. I have watched as the moonlight flickered against their silhouette. I have seen the way they pause at your doors, the way their fingers linger on what belongs to you. Yet you sleep, unaware, believing the bond you shared with this person is unbreakable. What they leave behind is not just physical evidence. It is a spiritual mark, a residue of their intentions, a misplaced item here, a faintly moved object there. These are not random. These are breadcrumbs heaven has scattered, urging you to see what mortal eyes have missed. Do you remember the times you woke up feeling unsettled, sensing someone had been near? Those were not dreams, the tingling on your skin, the whisper of air brushing past you. Those were warnings. I was beside you, guarding you, while this person, cloaked in trust, moved silently through the rooms meant only for your peace. But why, you may wonder, would someone you trust do this? The answer is layered in secrecy, woven with envy, fear, and a desire for control. They have convinced themselves that their actions are harmless, perhaps even justified, but heaven knows the truth. Their intentions are darker than you can imagine. Tonight, I am piercing through that darkness. My sword of light cuts through lies, exposing what has been hidden. The time has come for you to see the clues that heaven has placed at your feet, to understand that this is not a passing phase or a misunderstanding. This is a deliberate act, repeated, night after night, while you lie vulnerable in your own home. Archangel Michael says, the first clue heaven revealed came when you found something misplaced, something small, seemingly insignificant. Perhaps it was a drawer slightly open when you know you closed it. Perhaps it was a faint footprint on the floor where no one should have been. You dismissed it, thinking you were imagining things, but it was the first whisper from above. The second clue came as a feeling, a sudden chill in the night, a wave of anxiety that swept over you as if unseen eyes were watching. Heaven tried to nudge you awake, but you pulled the blanket tighter, convincing yourself that everything was fine. Yet deep inside, your spirit knew something was wrong. The third clue was sound, a faint creak on the floorboards, a soft rustling when all should have been still. You might have thought it was the wind or the house settling. But no, this was heaven shaking the silence, trying to alert you to a presence that should not have been there. These clues are not coincidences, they are divine alarms, subtle enough to keep you from panic but strong enough to pull you toward truth. And now, the final revelation is being placed before you, wrapped in the words of this message, so you can no longer ignore what has been happening under your own roof. Every night, they come closer to discovery. Every night, the veil thins, soon, their mask will fall completely, and you will stand face to face with a truth that will change how you see them forever. Heaven has seen this betrayal long before you felt it sting. It knows the moment they first crossed the line, stepping into your private world without permission. It knows the thoughts that run through their mind each time they turn the handle of your door, the weight of secrets they carry like stones, but you are not defenseless. I am here, sent to shield you, to give you sight beyond sight. This message is not a warning of despair, it is a weapon of revelation. Once you accept it fully, the power of heaven will illuminate every dark corner of your home and heart. When you wake tonight and feel that familiar chill, do not ignore it. Rise, look, listen, you will notice what you once could not, the faint glimmer of something moved, the breath of air disturbed where no window is open, the mark of intrusion on surfaces once pristine. These are heaven's fingerprints, guiding you toward truth. This trusted person believes they have covered their tracks perfectly. They think you are too trusting, too blind to ever see through them. They underestimate the divine shield surrounding you, the watchful eyes of angels who record every step they take. Their actions are not born of love or care, they are fueled by a desire to possess something that does not belong to them. Perhaps it is knowledge, perhaps it is control, perhaps it is a piece of your life they feel entitled to. Whatever the motive, it is cloaked in deception, and that cloak is tearing apart thread by thread. Archangel Michael says, even now, as you read this, heaven is setting the stage for their exposure. The next time they slip inside your home, they will leave behind something unmistakable, not a physical object, but a spiritual imprint so strong that you will feel it like a spark on your skin. You will know beyond doubt that this is no dream, no accident. This is why I am speaking to you tonight. This is why the heavens have aligned to put this message in your hands. It is not just information, it is a divine intervention. Your safety, your peace, your very soul depends on what you do next. The nights ahead will test your courage. There will be moments when you wish you could turn away, pretend none of this is happening. But pretending only feeds the darkness. Facing it with heavenly guidance will banish it forever. You will not face this alone. I will walk beside you, my sword blazing with celestial fire, cutting through every attempt to deceive you, no matter how cunning they are, no matter how deep their betrayal runs. They cannot outrun heaven's light. Soon you will see them for who they truly are. The mask they wear in daylight will crumble in the night, and when that moment comes, you will finally reclaim every ounce of peace they try to steal from you. Remember, divine revelation is not meant to destroy, it is meant to free. When this truth unfolds, it will hurt, yes, but that hurt will lead to protection, to wisdom, to a new strength that no one will ever breach again. Archangel Michael says, this is the hour of unveiling. Stay vigilant, stay in prayerful strength, and trust the signs that heaven has placed before you. I will not leave your side until the night intruder is brought fully into the light, and when you stand victorious, when the shadow is driven out and your home is wrapped once more in peace, you will know this was not just a message, it was a rescue, a divine intervention from the heart of heaven itself. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. Archangel Michael says, as the stars watch silently from above, I continue to move through your home unseen, guarding the walls and sealing every opening that darkness tries to exploit. Yet this trusted person is relentless. They are drawn back night after night, compelled by desires heaven has long seen but you have yet to understand. They carry with them not only footsteps but energy, a weight that lingers in the air even after they have slipped away. This energy clings to your walls, your furniture, even to the bed where you rest. Heaven feels it, I feel it, and now you are beginning to sense it as well. You've noticed that your home sometimes feels different when you wake up, heavier, colder, as if it's trying to speak but no one is listening. That's because your sanctuary has been disturbed by someone who knows you well enough to mask their trail, but divine power cannot be fooled. Each night they leave behind a thread of their spirit, a residue that grows thicker with every visit. Heaven gathers these threads like evidence, weaving a tapestry of truth that cannot be torn apart. Soon this invisible pattern will become visible to you, and you will see them exactly as heaven sees them. There was a night when you stirred in your sleep, heart pounding, as if someone had called your name. That was no random dream. It was your spirit awakening to my call, a warning that someone had crossed a line no one should dare cross. Do you remember the strange sound outside your door, faint but persistent? You thought it was a moment they lingered too long, their intentions spilling out like smoke for heaven to witness. This person walks with familiarity in your home because you once opened your heart to them. That connection gave them access, and they abused it. Trust is sacred, and when it is violated, heaven does not remain silent. That's why I've been standing at the threshold every night, preventing the worst while slowly unveiling their actions to you. Soon they will falter, they will make a mistake that even they cannot hide. Heaven is orchestrating this, not to bring chaos into your life, but to finally bring truth where lies have dwelled. Archangel Michael says, a night is coming when you will hear something so undeniable that you will rise from your bed and follow it. You will find a clue, an item out of place, a trace of movement you cannot explain away. This is not meant to frighten you. It is meant to arm you with awareness and strength. Your spirit has been strong through storms before, but this revelation will awaken a new level of divine protection within you. You will no longer walk through your home unaware of what lurks beyond closed doors. You will stand with the authority of heaven itself, unshaken by betrayal. Heaven has been sending dreams, small flashes of faces and movements you couldn't quite understand. Pay attention now, these are not random thoughts, they are divine visions designed to prepare you. Once you see it, you cannot unsee it, and when that moment comes, know this, heaven already has a plan to deliver you from harm. You will not only survive this, you will rise stronger than ever before, your faith forged in the fire of revelation. Even now, I have dispatched angels to circle your home. Their wings brush against the night air, creating barriers that no darkness can cross unchecked. This trusted person may try to slip inside again, but each step they take is now under divine scrutiny. They believe their actions are hidden, but heaven sees every detail. Their secrets are like ink spilled on white fabric, impossible to fully wash away. I am bringing that ink into the light. Prepare yourself, the quiet nights will not last. There will come a divine confrontation, a moment where masks fall and truth cannot be denied. When that happens, do not let fear take hold. Stand tall, knowing you are surrounded by heavenly warriors ready to strike down any force that seeks to harm you. This is not just about one night or one person. This is a test of your spirit, a moment in your life where darkness attempted to breach your peace and failed because heaven intervened. Archangel Michael says, as the nights stretch on, heaven has been recording each movement, each breath of this trusted intruder. What they believe is a flawless plan is nothing more than a tangled web exposed under divine light. They step into your home thinking they are unseen, yet every shadow they cast is etched into heaven's memory, waiting to be revealed to you at the appointed moment. There was a night when you awoke feeling watched. the hairs on your arms rising though no one stood near. That sensation was not imagined, it was your soul recognizing a foreign presence, a spiritual disturbance heaven tried to warn you about. You shook it off, thinking fatigue had played tricks on your senses, but I assure you, it was very real. This person has left more behind than they realize. Each intrusion deposits an invisible mark. A whisper of their spirit that lingers in the places they've touched. These marks build like layers of dust and soon they will no longer be invisible. The power of heaven will sweep through your home like wind and you will see these traces glowing like embers on ash. They do this because they believe they can still hold control over you. They think they understand you enough to cross your boundaries without consequence, but even the closest bond cannot escape divine truth. Heaven has seen their motives from the beginning, motives rooted not in love or care but in a hidden desire to manipulate what belongs to you. One night, a small sound woke you, a soft click from a door, the shuffle of fabric brushing past. Your mind dismissed it as the house settling or a dream fading into wakefulness, but I was there, standing guard, my sword unsheathed, watching as they moved silently through spaces they had no right to enter. Another time you noticed something misplaced. A photograph tilted, a drawer slightly open, an object shifted from where you left it. You blamed yourself, thinking you'd forgotten. In truth those were not your hands that moved them. Heaven allowed these traces to remain so you would one day recognize them as messages, divine breadcrumbs leading to truth. Even when you found no evidence, your body knew, the cold shiver that raced down your spine, the instinct to double-check locks and windows. These were not random fears, they were spiritual alerts, my attempts to stir your awareness while shielding you from full confrontation until the right moment. That moment is drawing closer. The threads of deception are unraveling and soon you will stand face to face with a reality you never thought you'd confront. Heaven is not exposing this to hurt you but to set you free from the silent chains this person has wrapped around your trust. Archangel Michael says, a night will soon arrive when their intrusion will not go unnoticed. Heaven is preparing an unmistakable sign, one they cannot cover, one you cannot ignore. Perhaps it will be a sound too loud to dismiss, a shadow crossing in plain sight, or a clue left behind so vividly that it strikes your heart with absolute certainty. When it happens, do not let fear seize you. Instead, let courage rooted in divine power rise within you. Stand firm knowing you are not alone, that angels surround you, that my presence burns like fire around you. This person believes they can silence the truth. But they cannot silence heaven. Even now, while you rest, celestial warriors are weaving protection around your home. Their wings stretch across your windows, their swords stand guard at your doors. No harm will come to you while heaven has declared you shielded. Yet revelation must come, it cannot stay hidden forever. The light of truth is already breaking the horizon. And soon this trusted person's actions will be as visible as footprints in fresh snow. The moment they believed would never arrive, the moment of exposure is nearly here. There are nights when they hesitate, standing outside your home, wrestling with their conscience. Heaven watches these moments with sorrow, knowing they could still turn back, still seek redemption, but each time, they choose to step closer, to breach the trust once given to them freely. This has been happening longer than you realize. The roots of betrayal run deep, intertwining with memories you once held dear. That is why this revelation will feel like a storm. It shakes not only the present but also the foundation of past trust. But storms in heaven's plan do not destroy without purpose. They cleanse, they clear, they make way for new beginnings. You are stronger than you know. While they creep in the darkness, thinking you are weak, heaven sees a warrior awakening in you. The day will come when you will rise in your spirit when you stand in the truth. When dawn breaks after that night of confrontation, you will not only know the intruder's identity but also the reason heaven allowed this to unfold. It is not to punish you, it is to deliver you from hidden dangers you never knew were wrapping around your life like vines in the night. Archangel Michael says, "As the world sleeps, my watch never ends. I have walked through every hallway of your home and spirit. Tracing the paths this trusted intruder has taken, I have stood by every window they dared approach, stood guard by every door they silently opened. Heaven records each breath they take in your space, not to frighten you, but to build a wall of undeniable truth that will soon surround you like unbreakable light. The darkness they move in is no match for divine sight. Even in the blackest corner of the night, heaven sees them as clearly as if the sun were blazing overhead. Their heart beats fast when they step across your threshold, knowing what they do is wrong, yet believing no one will ever find out. But every beat echoes in heaven's ears, every hidden step is written in a heavenly scroll that cannot be erased. You may think this has only just begun, but the truth is it has been unfolding for far longer than you suspect. The first time they crossed your boundary, they did it with hesitation, trembling with fear of being caught, yet when you never realized it, they returned again and again. Each time bolder, each time more certain they had escaped detection, but the more they entered unnoticed, the more their actions tangled into a spiritual knot that only divine intervention can untie. That is why you're reading this message. It is not chance, it is destiny. Heaven is breaking the silence, tearing away the curtain that has hidden this betrayal for too long. There were nights when you stirred awake and glanced toward the hallway, feeling movement yet seeing nothing. Those moments were not imagination, they were spiritual alarms ringing faintly in your soul. Heaven was whispering, "Wake up, danger walks these floors." Other times you woke with the feeling that someone had been near your belongings. Your private memories, perhaps you brushed it off as your own forgetfulness, but I am here to tell you, heaven marked those moments as signs. These were clues carefully laid out to prepare you for the full revelation. One night, you even thought you heard a whisper. It was not a dream, that was me, urging you to remain still while angels pushed back a darkness that had crept too close. Every time they tried to open another door of harm, we closed it before they could step through. This is why you're still safe, untouched, unharmed, because heaven has been holding a shield above you, even when you didn't know the battle was raging around you. Archangel Michael says, the trusted person doing this is closer than you think. They smile at you in the light of day, speak words that sound loyal and kind, but their nightly actions reveal the shadow of their true intentions. They have convinced themselves that you will never know that their secret is locked away, but their secret is not locked. It is leaking out into your home every time they sneak inside. Heaven is making their presence impossible to ignore. Recently, you may have noticed strange impressions, fingerprints, misplaced items, a faint smell that doesn't belong. These are not coincidences, these are spiritual breadcrumbs leading to discovery. Even your pets, if you have them, have sensed it, the way they bark or stare into empty spaces at night. Unsettled by something you cannot see, animals perceive what human eyes often miss. They react to spiritual disturbances long before physical proof appears. The truth is coming into full view. Heaven will not allow this silent betrayal to continue. There will be a night, soon, when you will be guided to the exact place where the biggest clue is hidden. It might be a small object left behind, a misplaced document, or even a mark on a door that only divine light can expose. And when you see it, Everything will fall into place. The battle is not only physical, it is spiritual. This person is not just sneaking into your home, they are attempting to sneak into your destiny, your blessings, your peace. They are driven by envy and a deep hunger for what belongs to you. That is why heaven has stepped in, not just to stop their footsteps but to protect your divine inheritance. I have stationed angels at every corner of your home. You may feel sudden warmth when you walk into certain rooms, or a peaceful heaviness as you close your eyes to sleep. That is us surrounding you, building an invisible wall no darkness can climb. Soon, their actions will rebound. Every hidden step they took will echo loudly in the spiritual realm, and the weight of their choices will fall back upon them. Heaven's justice is slow to stir but swift to strike. When it does, you will witness their exposure with your own eyes. This is not a punishment for you, it is a rescue. It is a divine cleansing that will remove betrayal from your life once and for all. After this truth is revealed, you will never again doubt your safety, you will never again question your discernment. Heaven will sharpen your spirit to see dangers before they ever reach your door. Archangel Michael says, the final stage of this revelation is approaching like a storm rolling across the horizon. The air will feel different, your spirit will sense a great shift. You may even feel a sudden urge to stay awake one night, an unshakable pull to rise and walk through your home. That will not be random, that will be heaven guiding your steps toward a divine encounter with truth. When that night comes, I will be there in full force. My presence will stir the atmosphere, and you will feel it, a rush of courage, a surge of clarity unlike anything you've felt before. Fear will have no hold on you because divine fire will burn brighter than the darkest shadow. This person will try to slip in as they always have, believing this night will be like every other, but this night will be their last attempt. For heaven has declared it so. As they cross the threshold, divine power will make their presence impossible to hide, whether through sound, vision, or undeniable physical evidence. Their actions will be exposed in the light of truth, and when that happens, you will stand not as a victim but as a victor. You will rise with the authority of heaven itself, declaring an end to this silent betrayal. The home they once thought they could invade will become a fortress of divine fire, untouchable to darkness ever again.